So that clears all those out.
Open, says me.
And then if I close it, look at this. Look at this. He's an ace. I definitely... What was that? Did you see that guy go ham? Was he getting buffed? Dude was like double swole. All right, we don't actually need to read this. I just want to make sure I trigger it. Guy was going beast mode. Let's get the fire sword working in here.
Hey, I'm a firefox. Thought Reynardo.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the Firefox gag. You're killing me. You're killing me, narrator and Ravens. I guess Ravens more than narrator are what is killing me at present. Let's actually see if we can't heal up. Yeah, okay. Don't worry about clearing the battlefield right away. Just, you know what? Fight your combat. You know what I mean? Eventually they have to come to you, and then you just make them pay, or you die. That's also an option.
What's for dinner, you thought? I hope it's not broccoli.
What did that one have to do with anything? Also, I hope it is broccoli. Alright. I don't know why it is this fight specifically that's getting me so much of a hard time. A super clutch dodge. He's done it. A lesser man would have crumbled at the pressure. Oh man, look at this.
That is a very cool sword, thought Reynardo. No, seriously. He couldn't feel his paw anymore.
Boo. Attack speed level 2. Alright. Ooh. Physical resistance. Also excellent, and does finally give us a third one to sock it in. So let's hopefully find a workbench here. Please take those out for me. Thank you.
What were these? The Iblis Stone, silenced by the Sky Ripper's core, had given Reynardo enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. But what Reynardo was seeking was inner peace. The rebellion was on the verge of extinction, but it would have to wait.
Okay. One skill point available. Where does it go? Maximum energy? Probably not. I am doing more grabs. Or do we save it? Because there's a chance we unlock a truth here, right? So maybe I hang on to it so we can cash in for some tier 3 or some tier 4s. I think we just sit on it for a minute. None of those choices are anything that I like desperately need. Those reward rooms are nice for sure.
At the end of the mountain path, he found the wise Calaveras in his workshop. Do you fix souls or only artifacts? He asked the sage. Does your soul need fixing? Asked the sage. I've been killing a lot of ravens lately, he told the sage. You're a fox, said Calaveras. To kill birds is part of your nature. Take joy in it. I mean, I might as well worry about eating flies. Would you like a fly? It was true. That's what he had forgotten.
The secret to our inner peace is remembering how much we love murder. Now he was ready for the final battle. Sure.
The Farfarer cut through the clouds. The air had never felt so sweet since he was a child. There it was. The dreaded Imperial fleet. He could smell wet hemp ropes ahead, wood and tar, and ravens. Even the fleet smelt good, somehow. He was ready. He was ready.
He was ready. Narrator seems to be giving me a chance here.
Reynardo had it all squared away in his head. He would kill the Emperor. Isengrim III had begun well, but he had gone mad. He was trying to invoke the lost gods by means of dark, blasphemous rituals. That was a secret, but the victims had spoken to Reynardo. The ghosts had spoken. No anger. Reynardo could not afford anger. It was empowering the crystal in his sword. That made him stronger, but it clouded his mind. He would not be a hero. A hero strives. Reynardo would just be one with everything. The Emperor would die, and the wheel would turn, and all would be restored without rancor, without sorrow, without pain.
Full Zen mode activated. Alright, so we'll throw in physical resistance, because why the heck not? We do have the boost on attack speed, which I'm super pleased with. Still not even close to enough ore for Winterthorn's upgrade, and we're still 2 essence and a handful of ore shy on the Void Blades. So some of that's going to have to wait, but we're getting there. And now that we're a Zen Master, we worry not for the improvement of our tools, for we rely on the improvement of ourselves. Or something somewhat mystical sounding. Why not? Can't void door yet. Still just have the 1 point sitting, so that's fine. We can leave that kind of on cooldown.
Hoped his hook didn't break.
Yeah, me too. Okay, some ore. Love it. Felt pretty good. Next time, bring more birds. Savage. Alright. Let's see if I can't catch some health here before we make our way across the Armada. I guess we could just try and heal up next fight. That's also a possibility. Yeah, we got like full energy. We'll do a trip of heal fights. Ooh, I can backtrack here. Ah, look at you sneaky devils. Little side route. Very nice. All right. This takes me back over. Oh, it took me to the beginning.
Weird how portals never told you where they went to. I mean, they were killed and to put up a sign or something?
Tricked. Oh, so I could go further and get another box, but we don't have the Void Sword. Always check that little backtrack room. Oh boy. I'll just absolutely blow my whole health pool, if you don't mind. Yikes. Big yikes. It's okay, I think it's the platforming section coming up, which shouldn't be that devastating. It is
Good thing Reynardo didn't have vertigo.
That's truthful. There we go. A little bit smoother. Got a whole bunch more
But
health
the
in the
more he
tank.
thought about it, and he had so much more time to think about it now that he was not worrying about the battle, killing the Emperor would not change anything. Another would take his place. Perhaps Zenobia. Perhaps the Speaker of the Rebel Council, and power would corrupt them too, and death would make grief, and grief would lead to hatred. He must lead by example. Reject the violence. Reject the desire to create violence. But how?
Okay. Okay. We have to be the change we want to see in the world.
When Reynardo went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
Those little chime-ins are so good. There you go. Smooth. I gotta say, I have not talked about it very much, but the soundtrack in this is quite good. Like, it's just there as a nice little tapestry piece. But it's a little bit lost because the sound mix is so weird. I'm kind of bummed. I mean, I know I have it turned way down too, but everything is so loud. All right. Ah, now we can get over here.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. Now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Throw him into the dude. I don't know how I goofed that so bad. He's done it. Oh. Oh. What? Giant Quetzalcoatl head. Yeah, not sure what's up with it. The settings are just odd for some reason. What are we doing? Tight slow-mo. Okay. Angry bird head. Is this thing just gonna like cannonball my face in? Just taking its time for some reason? I'm gonna be honest. If it kills me, if it's a weapon and I die, I'm gonna be a little irritated because I definitely had time to get out of the way because this has taken about 45 minutes. Oh boy. It's either a weapon or it's like a weird doorway. I'm hoping doorway. Doorway would be preferable to Doomsday weapon. I'm gonna be very blunt. Okay. Weapons don't normally have inviting platforms, so that's good. Maybe a doorway. I can't believe how long this is taking. It shouldn't be this slow. Something is broke. Okay, there we go. That was so bizarre. All right.
Finally, he came to the Emperor's ship. The path behind him was strewn with dead ravens. The path to enlightenment.
That's how the saying goes.
His mistake, he realized, was trying to change the world. The world would spin and the wheel would revolve whether he strove against it or not. What he had to do was nothing. He had attained enlightenment.
We did too good a job.
Adopted a full lotus position, and began to meditate. And all around him, the warriors stopped fighting too. They knew. They could feel his enlightenment. They gave up fighting, dropped their weapons, and became his disciples. No, just kidding. The nearest raven stabbed him with a sword and then chopped off his head. I might not have thought this through properly. Thought Reynardo's head as it rolled around the deck and died. And just like that,
Rip.
He was alive again, and back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him.
Story.
So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, but he'd learned another true thing. The Iblis Stone was evil. It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
Story complete. Story 15, Return of the Hippie. What kind of hero are you? A hero who transcends being a hero to become one with everything. Reward is a free level up. We've got our third truth. The Iblis Stone corrupts anyone who uses it. So now we have tier 4 skills unlocked. All right. So it would appear that our final truth has something to do with Zenobia. So I think it's Zenobia-centric playthrough, right?
Like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
So I think we go back to Lapino for this. This is assuredly going to be the last round of the night.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own.
Oh, we can.
Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
We got 2 new
Lapino
swords to bring through this path for some door unlocks.
Managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Oh, so when we come back to revisit an old area, they populate it with the newer enemies too. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna die. It's so interesting I'm dead.
To everything, there is a season. He turned over and died.
Yes.
People were frightened
Welcome
these
back.
days. Just 2 weeks past, Reynardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
I mean, you never want to really confront the ritual sacrifice problem. I know it's an easy one to avoid.
Reynardo really hated inanimate objects.
You gotta grab that bull by the horns. All right, wandering through town here.
Reynardo thought of the Iblis stone and shivered. He had no business messing with ancient, cruel artifacts. What he
Ooh,
needed
one more win
was
essence.
his friends around him. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
They're throwing clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose around. Get out of here. Wait, why can't I hit that? Hit him, Reynardo. We'll wait for him to turn. Ooh, we need a staring contest. Wind essence.
Reynardo
Wind
hated
essence.
gogglers.
Yes.
It freaked him out to cut them.
It freaked him out to cut them. All right. We can make our final blade. We do also have the level 4 skills. So what's this one? Recover from being hit almost instantly. An attacker is knocked down. Yo, I mean, why would I not want this? This sounds amazing. So that's a yes. We need sword magic 2 of 2, and then that can give us more sword magic. Ultimate sword fu. Kill any enemy in a single strike. Auto activates when reaching a certain combo threshold. Yo, so that just lets us turn into a freaking beast. Yeah, let's start putting points into
Cool.
true sword fu then.
Wish I
The
could do
earlier
that.
we can get true sword fu and then get to master sword fu, the better. We would also love a workshop. Oh, God. As if I'm Q. Oh, we probably don't have enough ore though. Oh, we do. Do we have literally exactly? We have exactly the materials for the void sword. All right. So with the void sword equipped, when we spend sword energy, we like go super speed. I like it.
Firewalls
and now
only
we can
let you
unlock
through
everything.
if they think you're hot enough.
Oh, well, of course we're hot enough, baby. It's Reynardo. Turn the wheel, and then in the gap in the wheel. Huzzah! And now what? Guys, and now what? Is there another switch?
That is always a rush.
Oh, I have to go fast? Maybe I don't understand what they're saying here. Oh, I have to do it. I see. I was waiting for it to be done. Silly me. Ooh, level 2 of the physical resistance. So that actually is turning into something pretty helpful. All right. So we've got tons of exploration options now. Basically everything that we do story-wise, we're gonna have a chance to take a peek in all the nooks and crannies. I guess at this point we're just grinding mats for level 2 swords, right? We need the level 2 for both ice and wind swords. This is new. We never did this when we were looking for Lapino. Let's get it. I would like to use the new void sword. Yo. You turn into a freaking superhero with the void sword.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
I love the
just
little...
getting warmed up, he thought.
I love like the little additions to the established dialogue from a path that you get once you've learned the truth. And I really like the choice by the developers to call that out with the icon about the truth. I think that's smart.
Dirty and bloody, Reynardo finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Reynardo recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The Ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia.
We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky River, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
So they do tell you if it's a path you've not taken yet. I think we're gonna go capture Zenobia and maybe take her to the rebel base.
Wasn't just the Emperor's daughter.
Maybe we'll take her the interrogation route.
Reynardo's best friend in sword fu school.
Because there's something about her that we're supposed to be learning here.
The rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was.
She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy.
She won't give them up easily.
She'll tell the interrogators, all right,
said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
We know that when we get her back to the rebel base, that's kind of like when Lapino...
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency.
So maybe we will also
Reynardo
see
shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
So what good is... I mean, I guess we haven't seen another fire essence in a very long time. Oh, you do use the essence. I just looked up and saw that my wind essence was quite low now, so you do use them. Nothing doing there.
The city was burning, and there was no one to put out the fires. If somehow Zenobia survived her father and inherited his crown, what sort of empire would she be heir to? But he couldn't think about that,
Finally
could
found
he?
the wireless headphones. Clutch. I can't remember the last time I wore headphones that weren't wireless. I'm pretty sure I used my mouth. Pretty good. Not great. Pretty good. So the hero sword doors, you can just open with any old dang sword. Oh, maxing it out in bed? Good call.
You couldn't hack this kind of
door.
firewall. You had to warm it up to you.
Oh man, narrator. I believe the dev team for this game is Canadian, which might explain why all of the narrator's nonsense is so gosh darn wholesome. Am I just on air over here? Do you guys see this? I am for sure off the platform.
Gem
Ooh,
of
another
power.
gem. Crit chance.
You didn't
Okay.
find those every day.
Flying Fox. Oh, wait. Do we want to check out that crit chance? I mean, I don't know that I want to necessarily give up 10% chance to deal double damage or 15% better attack speed. You know what? I think I'd rather do crit chance. We'll see. I might regret that. We might revisit it, but right now I'm thinking that sounds pretty good.
Why was Lapino urging him to capture Zenobia?
Crit chance is nice once
Obviously, it was a
upgraded.
trap.
Yeah, if
But
it
you
goes
never
10,
knew
20,
how
30,
Lapino
that'll be
thought.
nice.
Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lapino wanted. Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Reynardo thought.
Yeah, see, so now we're going in with like the knowledge that Lapino's a double crosser, which is what leads me to believe that maybe we'll get a different outcome for Zenobia.
Hey, why don't you guys fight in groups?
Oh,
I know, because there's no I in team.
that was rad. Elemental resistance. I had no idea there was a teleporter under there. I just wanted to break the boxes, and there was a teleporter hidden in its midst. Neato. And it brought us all the way to Zenobia. We like skipped that whole section. Yo, let's go.
So,
Oh
what's
no,
this
it's not Zenobia,
plan
it's
of
to
yours?
Lapino rather. I'm sorry.
Use me as bait, said
This is
Lapino.
where he says we
And
should
he
do the
outlined
crazy
a
plan.
slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire,
A little bit on
Lapino
fire is
dressing
still
as
my
an
favorite
old
part of
blind
this plan.
toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly
I
go
think
wrong?
this time we tell him
thought
to take a
Reynardo.
hike on the crazy plan.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better,
I mean,
said
I
Lapino.
100% do because I've been here before.
Where was a workbench when you needed one?
So the elemental
Oh,
resists
Never mind.
spell damage by 20%. I need an upgrade for the kill on, or energy on kill. Opening our first void door feels good, man. Is it a sword? Is it a key? Is the achievement I just unlocked. Must be for having successfully unlocked one of every type. I really want to go to hit the sword guy, or the shield guy. These guys are all juiced up. You seeing this?
Don't go away.
That was bonkers. Another lore scroll. I love it. Shield breaker. That sounds like something I like. Dear Zenobia, as you read this letter, you are locked in your chambers, ready to spend your last night before, well, you know. I will not apologize. I know you are too proud to forgive me. I also know you won't resist reading through. You are a cat, as much as I have tried to educate you like a proper toad. I swear to you, and you have to believe me, that I did not plan all this when I adopted you. You have always been my special little kitten. That is why I'm writing this now, weeks in advance. I know I will not have the heart to do it the night of the sacrifice. If I think of you as my daughter, then I might change my mind. You must think I'm selfish, and yes, I am a selfish, sad little toad that is afraid to die. But what I am doing will, ultimately, serve the greater good. I want the power, I want it all, and so I will keep my subjects content. Peace for eternity. Even if you hate me now, you can still respect that. You have to. It is the only way I can forgive myself for doing this to you. I will miss you for eternity. Tomorrow, try not to make a scene. Everyone will be watching. Still with love, Father. What a scum McBag. We should just like take that letter with us. Oh, let's see what Shieldbreaker does. Your hits cause shield grunts to drop their shield. I mean, done, right? Feels bad, man. Yeah, we went from a feels good to a feels bad. That's a pretty big swing there. I'm like just excited about using door keys. And then we're like, oh, Zenobia, it's your dearest Adams. P.S. I'ma kill you good. Alright, so shield enemies are now just enemies with slightly more health. I have 1 health. Oh, that's what the style thing, that's what you were talking about, Schneider. You were talking about mixing up your combat tactics gives you a style bonus to experience. Now I understand. Interact. Was that my ship?
Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship,
Oh,
making no
Zenobia's
sound
ship.
at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. No, I
You
just wanted
fool.
some privacy. Reynardo said. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty
I
was to
was
bring the
able to
lost
tell her.
gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so they set sail for the Nexus.